this right now is basically the final like layout before I start putting the wood boards for like the backing to be able to start the foundation of the electric fireplace. I have everything like all kind of scattered all over the place. The TV set there, the TV mount there. So I got to keep the internet plugged in. Just have a lot of things going on, so I have to keep that in there. So I'm just gonna kind of work around it. And then as far as like this like routing power source, my father-in-law did it when he initially installed the TV to kind of hide the wires through the back. You know, just please forgive me. I don't know the names or terminologies or things like that. I'm just gonna kind of say it like however it just comes to me. Basically, as I lay down the backboards, I'm just gonna kind of work around these power sources. Like once the depth of the fireplace starts coming out, I'm basically gonna put like an extension with like a multi-port power source in the back here, and then I'll just have like the TV, the soundbar, and everything just plug into it. I do like the idea of having the cubby behind the firewall, so that's what I think I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna kind of work around whatever is already there. I'm not an electrician. I don't want to mess with any of these power things. I'm not really good with like wood or anything like that. So if you're watching this and you're like ultimately like super like how to build an electric fireplace for dummies, like this right here is for you, because I'm like right there with you. If you are experienced with like electricals and building things and stuff like that, then I'll take the advice and things like that, but just but as I go along with it, just, you know, take it easy on me, guys. So let's go ahead and start with basically just masking off where I'm gonna be putting everything so I have a better visual and I know where all the studs are in the wall. We'll go from there. So let's go. Alright, what do you guys think of it so far? I just got the back of the base put in, so now I'm gonna start working on the side rails. This is what I did on each board, is basically found all the studs in the wall, and I put 2 screws for every stud and basically 10 screws per board, and there's only 4 of them. So yeah, just trying to get as much support and stability and strength in this electric fireplace as I possibly can. So let's go. So basically this is gonna be the pillars that are just gonna come like this. So I had a measurement of about 15 inches. Let's go ahead and make my marks and start cutting. Just to give you guys a rundown of what's happening today, these basically the side profile, I measured them 15 inches for the 4 beams that are right there. What I need to do is actually have them 10 inches. I didn't take into account this measurement and this measurement here, so I need the whole thing from this side to this side to be 10 inches. That part there I messed up on, and I'm like, man, okay, I gotta basically redo that. At least I only did one side, I didn't do 2 sides. So should be pretty simple. I just gotta take those screws off of the side rails and then cut down the 4 beams smaller, remeasure everything, and then start on the other side because I didn't do the left side of the wall. I'm gonna start that one. That way that one's just fresh at the correct measurement sizes that it needs to be for the depth of the wall. Let's get started on this now. Let's go. I basically have the front frame up and screwed in, stabilized and everything like that, and then I have the very bottom base that's basically going to support the fireplace. And now I'm just creating the 2 brackets that are going to go on the side of the fireplace. About to start making my cuts, and then just going to need 2 pieces, and then once I have those 2, screw those in, and then I can go ahead and lay the top beam on top of the fireplace. That's basically going to get ready to support the 2x4s for the TV. So the goal is to be able to have the fireplace intact and get the TV mounted tonight, and then all that'll be left once everything's kind of squared away will just be adding like the shiplap or the drywall, whichever one my wife decides she wants to go with, because she's looking at designs and everything like that on what she wants to do. That's a lot heavier than I thought, but it's 2 drywall sheets per like thing. Glad I got that on. What else I need? Compound, screws, corner, the framing Oh boy, was that a bit of a struggle. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That drywall says light, but ain't nothing light about it, boys. Ain't nothing light about it. But we got it done. Got it in, drywall, and then got the screws, got the compound, all that stuff. So if you ask me, hey man, why didn't you just get everything, you know, in one run? The drywall, the wood, the screws, everything like that. I like to. It's convenient. It's fun. So I'm gonna be mixing the compound now. This one is, I didn't get too much. I just wanted to see, you know, how much of this I would actually need. I don't really have too much that I got to be filling in, but I think this should actually do the job. So just got to take this. If the consistency of the mud is a little bit too thick, then it just says to add a little bit of water. But I've used the mud compound before on some patchwork, but nothing as much as I've done here, where it's like complete drywall. So completely fresh drywall. So let's see how good I can get this done. So let's go. Is finally here. I am gonna be mounting it here. It's not done yet, so I'm not gonna mount it just yet because I still have to sand everything down, and then we're gonna go ahead and paint it. But this is just an example, just showing you guys what everything's gonna look like, because once we paint it, I'm gonna take the TV off. But it's not too hard of a job to just take it down and get it all painted and stuff, so it's pretty easy. But we were just doing a layout of like how everything's gonna look with the tree up. We haven't even really decorated anything just quite yet, but for the most part, this is a mantle I got on Amazon. I actually got it for a pretty good deal, but this is a 72-inch one. Just kind of wanted to see how it would look. I placed the order yesterday and it came in today, whereas everything else was basically saying it was going to take like 2 days or a little bit longer, and they were a lot more expensive. But this one, it's real wood and everything like that. So yeah, like I said, I got it for a pretty good deal. I was going to build the mantle, but unfortunately I just didn't have the tools to be able to cut the mantle in the way that it's supposed to, which is like a 45-degree cut for all the corners. I don't have that type of saw or anything like that, so I was like, man, I gotta take a loss, and I had to actually spend money on a mantle. But let's just go ahead and open this up and see how it looks. So nice. Alright, so I got all the sanding done for the sides and the center there, and then on that side as well. Did all the sanding, and then the sanding that's around the fireplace. Got all that done. Everything's nice and smooth. All that's really left is getting ready to put on the primer for the drywall, and then basically painting. And then once the wall is basically done, then I'm gonna go ahead and mount the mantle, my sound bar, and then shoot, everything should be good. Everything came along really well.